Everybody, Cody Meyer here, Major League Fishing Pro, and one of my favorite things to do when fishing is tough is throw a finesse swim bait. And swim bait of choice is definitely going to be the Strike King Rage Swimmer. I really like that 2.75 inch size, and for me, this is a bait that's going to work when fishing's tough, there's a lot of pressure, but more importantly, when fish are suspended, especially out on the West Coast. Those big giant spotted bass, they're always going to be suspending, and this is going to be the bait to catch a lot of those great big ones. As far as color, I like to keep it natural. Most of the time when you're throwing a finesse swim bait, you're fishing clear water, so this electric shad in this size is going to be perfect. As far as rigging goes, I like to take this little bait and I like to take a shaky head, preferably a 1/0, 2/0 hook. You're just going to rig the hook straight down the bait, very simple. Take the swim bait and just rig it straight down the back, just like this. And you want to make sure this hook goes on as straight as possible. So if you get this bait, see how it is, and it's a little kinked, I'm going to tear it just a little bit, make sure it's nice and straight. When you look at it same way from the top, that way it's going to track through the water straight. And one thing that's awesome about this Rage Swimmer, at any retrieve, the tail is going to kick. So when I cast it out and the bait's sinking, any retrieve with the handle or when it's sinking, the tail is going to kick. You're going to have a lot more action. As far as tying it up, I'm going to tie a simple Palomar knot. I'm just going to run it through the eye just like this, come back, and as long as you get this knot wet, it's going to be really strong with fluorocarbon. Just do a little overhand knot and line it back through. Pull it tight to make sure you get it wet, and then I always cut off the tag end, the long end here, and we are ready to fish this. As far as line, that's going to be a key with this. I like a 6 to an 8 pound Seaguar Tatsu, something really light, real finesse, but strong enough to handle some of these big fish. And a key for me that not many people talk about is this new flash green Smackdown braid from Seaguar. Now, I like this high vis braid. Why? Because when I'm throwing it out there, especially on those giant jumbo spotted bass, I'm gonna watch my braid. So I'm gonna make a long cast, I'm gonna let the bait sink, and I'm literally just gonna let the line lay slack on the water. I'm gonna watch it as the bait is sinking. As soon as those big fish come up, grab the bait, you'll see that line jump. It's almost like fly fishing with the strike indicator. They're on there, you set the hook and you catch a lot more fish because of that. So that's really gonna be the key with the line. As far as a rod and reel, I like a 7'4" Daiwa Tatula Elite rod. This is a rod I designed. I like it a little bit longer of a rod. This is a medium action rod, very parabolic, so you're gonna be able to cast that bait really far. And because of the action, you're gonna be able to hook and land a lot of these big fish. And the reel, this is gonna be a key too. Not only is this reel gonna have a really good drag, this is a Daiwa Tatula LT, but it's going to be light and tough, and the gear ratio is really, really high on this reel. So again, you're making a long cast, that fish bites, you set the hook, you're going to be able to catch up to that fish, you're going to hook and catch a lot more fish with this whole setup. And if you don't know, now you know.